What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another SlabStox Sundays episode here on the SlabStox YouTube channel, bidding and selling and watching live on the PWCC Marketplace weekly auction. This is number 55. We are now 3 weeks into the second year of weekly auctions, and there's been a change. There's been a change to the bidding format for the first time in a long time, actually, since it started. And for everyone coming here tonight, you probably see the title of the stream. You probably heard about it before this stream actually started. If you follow us on Newsletter, Daily Slab, on Instagram, wherever it might be, because for tonight, actually for February, to test and see how it goes, PWCC has made extended bidding all access. And what that means, you might think, okay, what the heck is all access? It literally means that when I sit here every Sunday night and say, oh, you got 10 minutes left to place your extended or your bids for extended bidding, that's kind of, I would say, irrelevant now. It might matter for some people depending on how you want to track the auction. Do you want to see the items that you want to buy in the My Bid section? Do you want to see them in the favorite section? But whatever method you want to use, if you don't, like, I haven't been on this Chris sale yet. If for some reason Nate's like, buy that Chris sale tonight, and we didn't have a bid on it, we could do so after the 10 p.m. Eastern time starting time for the all access bidding. Now, to start, first, Nate, I don't want to keep it quiet for too long. I'm sure you're antsy to talk about how bad Arsenal was this weekend.
Well, let's all be thankful for the Bucks,
Man, the Bucks, bro, 7 straight wins. Giannis is balling out. Of course, I'm not home to see any of it. I can't watch the games over here, so I haven't seen a single minute of Bucks basketball when they're winning 7 straight games. Chris Middleton back.
Finally looked good.
Do you see like 24 points and 20 minutes off the bench the other night?
Super nice.
Yeah.
It makes up for Kansas and Arsenal and
the Wisconsin Badgers
Packers and the Brewers from earlier in the year, and it's just bad.
Yeah, and I thought Arsenal was on their way to botching the league, but guess what? Man City, I was there yesterday live. They had to proceed to drop an absolute stink fest in Tottenham. What'd you say?
Oh, I suppose that was yesterday for you. Same day for us.
Yeah, sorry. It's 2:50 a.m. here now. Yeah, this is my actually last day / night, however you want to look at it here. I leave tomorrow on Monday, so excited to get back home. It's been a long trip. It's been a great trip. I have a lot to share in future videos and different content and everything.
Arsenal or Chelsea not score.
Saw Chelsea not score again. Happens a lot with me. I'm very cursed over here. But I did get to see Harry Kane become the all-time leading goal scorer for Tottenham, which is crazy.
That's cool.
So Kane scored, I think it was like the 20th minute or something like that. And he was right in front of me. He comes over and he's clapping the fans. He kind of puts his fists in the air. Everyone's cheering a little bit longer. I'm like, this is odd. Like, this really doesn't happen. And then it was like, congratulations to Harry Kane, all-time leading goal scorer. It's very cool. Like, that's just a very unexpected milestone to witness. I didn't know he could do that yesterday. And then there we go. There it was.
Dude, did you save the ticket stub?
Dude, there are no ticket stubs. I was going to go try to find it, but it would have been an absolute zoo probably trying to get to customer service. I didn't want to miss any of the match. It's very difficult to do anything when you're at these live matches because the game never stops when it's being played. And then 2, halftime is a zoo. Every single place you go. It's just an absolute zoo because you can't drink beer in the stands, Nate, in England.
What?
Yeah, you can't. You can only drink in the hallways, so the hallways are packed at halftime and before the game. All right, I know that's a very shock thing to say, but here we are. We got to get going on this. So
they don't know how to do live sports. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, no, they banned it in like the 70s when I think a lot of people were dying and there's hooligans and everything like that. I think they're working to bring it back because now it's a much more commercial and everything like that. At least at Premier League matches. All right, so Oscar had a question. He was like, how do you guys think that this is going to change extended bidding or just change how this works in general? So I think there's going to be a few different things to it. There's obviously, we don't know what's going to happen yet tonight. This is going to be the first time that this has happened, and I'm trying to load this auction here. But this is my thoughts. So I think that this will be interesting because I think that this will lead to less bidding before the auction. I put out a bunch of bids on soccer cards immediately when they went live this past a Thursday ago, so not 2 days ago, but over a week ago then. But if I were to do it differently, now that I knew this was a thing, Is anyone else having problems loading the auction, or is it just me? Maybe my
I'm
Wi-Fi.
looking at it right now on my computer, and it seems
right.
to be going fine.
Yeah, you don't seem choppy, or I don't feel like I'm choppy, but I'm having a tough time loading this right now. Let me see what's different on.
Oh wait.
Sorry.
Oh wait.
Is anyone else having a tough
Nope,
time?
I'm having
loading?
problems. I'm having problems.
You are?
Yeah. It's not loading for me.
Chance is the same. Okay. Well, I guess I'll talk here as we see how long this takes to load. For me, like, it's gonna lead to less bidding the week leading up to the auction. We like I especially, and I know Nate reviews the auction for the Daily Side News there. Like I would always place, 150 to 200 different bids on different cards leading up to the auction actually starting to obviously qualify bid and extended bidding. I wouldn't bid on 150 cards if it didn't mean I had to bid on to get into extended bidding.
Tell you what, we won't accidentally win. We won't accidentally win $12 cards.
Or we won't accidentally win a $550 Jalen Brown silver rookie PSA 10.
I forget about that.
That was the very first auction.
Oof.
So that will change. That will change. There'll be a lot less early bidding in my mind, not only from us, but others. It just makes sense. It's like, why? And that's how I've kind of worked all my life with different cards ending on auction anyways. Is like I don't bid until the end anyways. Find the cards you like and then bid when it's go time. This still will mean that you can't get sniped on an item. Yeah, this isn't like timer running out. This is you have every opportunity unless you just miss it, unless you're looking at a million different things. And I will think it will make for some more chaotic bidding, where you're trying to track multiple items at one time. You might forget to bid on something because anything goes in that last hour and a half. And then on the other thing I think too is for sellers, if you've got nice items in here and people are looking at the platform the night of, like how many times it hasn't happened at like every single auction, but there's times where Nate's like, "Hey, do you have a bid on that? Like we should bid on that right now." I'm like, I don't have a bid on it right now. Can't bid on it. Those are the type of
Which
items
is both unfortunate but also a direct result of me never thinking ahead to tell you.
You've been better recently, bud.
It's true.
And so now, anything goes. And I do think that's gonna, if anyone saw my Instagram reels tonight, this still is not loading for me. I don't know if it hasn't loaded for others
It
as
hasn't loaded
well.
for me either.
Hasn't loaded either. Okay, well, we'll just keep watching and see what happens here. The power buyer tool in my mind will be quite important for a lot of people. And given that this loads properly and it's go time in 5 minutes, it'll be very interesting to see how that changes things. Like I think if you're looking at a specific category, but for anyone that doesn't know the power buyer tool, what it does is it allows you to see items
Are you
and
able to show it
cards.
on the side of the screen, or is that without clicking on it? Or
Show what?
oh, you're just on the marketplace.
No, I literally can't load the weekly thing. I've been trying to click it.
Okay.
Yeah, it keeps on clocking. But with the power buyer tool is it allows you to see items that are either at or around or less than the appraised value the PWCC has put on it. Generally, they're pretty more conservative, I'd say, than insured values. If it's like $100 card, it might be insured for like $80, $75. So if you see it in the power buyer tool filter, now I'm not saying that it's smart to just buy anything. That's not true. Always do the research, the extra research. I would be looking at card ladder sales history the entire time, and that's what the plan was tonight.
The comment section's getting antsy.
They are getting antsy. Max's app isn't working either. I will shoot some texts to people, but I am under the assumption that they
already
are
know.
working on. Yeah.
Well, Hansel, we haven't had problems I think we've had problems on 3 weekly auctions out of 56,
two,
57.
two before this, depending on what happens here. But two before this was when two different bidding times. There was like, you couldn't get the bids in towards the end of the window. I will say, now we have a couple minutes here while we wait to see what happens. My site's still loading. Nate, that trade, Kyrie, Luka,
Dude,
together.
I
What do you
cannot
think?
believe. I can't believe. Now, on one hand, I can't believe the Nets turned James Harden and Kyrie Irving into a couple first-round picks, some seconds, and Ben Simmons and Spencer Dinwiddie and guys like that. Like that's depressing. But I also can't believe that they got. I can't believe they got an unprotected first-round pick in 2029 for him.
Yeah, but that's so long
Like, who
from
else
now.
were they bidding against? That's so long. That's a good thing. Unprotected 2029. That's 6 years. What if Kyrie, if he's still there, he's 36,
No,
and
I
you're paying
agree.
him the money, and he's likely not going to be there still. And Luka, that's 6 years. What if they don't do any winning? Forces his way out. That could be a terrible pick, or like a great pick for the Nets.
Yeah. Yeah, that it's just so wild sometimes seeing those future picks like, oh yeah, who's that eighth grader that you're going to draft right now? And I can't see a reason why the Nets should hold on to Kevin Durant at this point. Kevin Durant was not able to win alone without Kyrie in Brooklyn
Well, they weren't able to
the
win with.
previous years.
Yeah.
No, I agree, but it's like to me, if you have an aging Kevin Durant and you're just trying to make it to the semifinals of the Eastern Conference, like
You
what's
might
the
as well just
point?
trade him.
What's the
Somebody,
point? You
somebody
might
will
as
give
well.
you turn what happened to be a terrible situation into at least a ton of picks for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you would get a couple picks. I reckon if the Suns are in on him, they can give up Bridges or a player like Aiton. Not that they would maybe give up Bridges because they might need him. He's a good player, obviously, for the
Yeah.
playoffs. But you can get a player or two back also along with the picks.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if Aiton would go on a deal like that. And if you're the Nets, you kind of build around him and Ben Simmons and see what happens.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I am glad it's not. I feel bad for Jordan because I am glad that it's not my team trading for Kyrie. I know he's talented. I know he's supremely talented, but it's just the uncertainty of having him there, which is a problem when you're spending $36 million on him.
Yeah, and that I saw a lot of people, different Wisconsin sports accounts. Kyrie to Milwaukee. What do you think? I say no. I swear, if we
For
were to
starters,
trade,
one of Drew or Chris would have to go.
yeah, no,
And
there's just no chance.
yeah, and for secondsies, I'd rather have the consistency. Okay, Drew and Chris, top of their game. They're not Kyrie. We all know that. Kyrie's amazing, top of his game. But how often do you get that? And how often do you have to worry about him just quitting on the team or just deciding not to play here or there?
Yeah, I know. Looks like we've got a 504 error from Matt. Max says this is going well.
I
This is
also have
kind
an error. The request could not
Yeah.
be satisfied.
Mine's still just clocking. This going well. They are going to have to push this back. No, Max. Yeah, I expect something to probably have. I mean, this hasn't loaded in like 10 minutes now.
I mean, we're already past the 15-minute. We're already past the start window.
Yeah, well,
Which
1
is
minute past the extended bidding, and
Probably an issue.
yeah, especially given that I think for this auction, a lot of people are going to be trying to be more active in the extended bidding versus not.
In the 30-minute window. At
Yes,
least the first 30-minute window.
I was gonna say, so it definitely would mean more to me, I guess, this first 30 minutes than what it normally would, because now it's more mostly about finding what there is to extend to.
Matt H says spinning wheel of death on the app, which is a different meaning if you work at like I used to work at Menards Distribution Center, and we called the spinning wheel of death the food thing that they would put like tuna salad sandwiches and stuff in the machine, and then you'd click it, and it's just so gross.
All I heard you say is tuna salad coming out of a machine. I'm not sure what I was
Spinning
trying to
wheel of
get
death, bro. That's what I'm getting at.
Either
The only
way,
good thing in there was the cookies. 2 giant cookies for $1 is amazing.
Okay, tell me where cookies and tuna salad sandwiches are coming out of a vending machine. Is that what you said, a vending machine?
Yeah, Menards. It'd be
Okay,
like
there's
it's like a wheel that they put stuff on, and then it's like a cooled vending machine, but it's so gross. So gross.
Garrett says, really enjoy the Hockey and Dane Corners podcast. Garrett, we appreciate you. Nate here, host Dane Corners. Of course, Greg, our Canadian, hosts the Puck Drop at SlabStox.
Greg, what a guy.
Very good stuff. Yeah, Max, it might be looking like next week, and it might be looking like bedtime for you potentially here. We'll see here. Yeah, I have no more movement than what I did. And everyone, I wish I could give you all the answers as always. When technical glitches happen here, we oftentimes know no more than what you do. I mean, I know I've been I contact a couple people, but I will share what I can as I can. At this point, we are just in a holding pattern here, waiting to see what happens. I'm sure they'll be sending out notifications, emails, whatever it might be. Max goes, all your fault, Aaron. Yeah, actually, I forgot. I actually am tech support for PWCC. I just do cards on the side. Just kidding.
Yeah. Technology, man. It's not just PWCC either. I've had plenty of issues technology-wise with a ton of other massive websites. So.
Yeah, and I imagine that I'd imagine that they tested everything that needed to happen to make sure that this all access could happen. Come the actual time when it happens, I suppose you can't see everything.
I feel bad for the sports card therapist. Probably his first live pod with them.
Yeah, I think that he's hosting a vintage only live stream, which is nice because we don't do vintage at all. So I gotta give him a shout out here. Sports card therapist, if you all like vintage. Now I'd love for you to say it's SlabStox Sundays. Please don't leave and not come back. But just in case you're looking for some extra content to listen to. I gotta check that out. Alexandra, I've tagged you guys on Twitter with a nice close-up picture of Neymar I got lately. If you want to judge the card out of 10, you want me to judge your card out of 10?
Hey, did I show you what else I found the other day?
Yeah. Oh, is that Mesut Ozil? Is that the patch auto?
Patch auto, 99.
Nice.
Or 25. Hey, 25.
So I was gonna share some of this stuff in tomorrow's SlabStox Live, but since we're here, we might as well have some stories going to keep the people excited. So I already told Nate about this, but I went to France for the PSG Montpellier match this past Wednesday, a few days ago. I'm not sure if anyone's been to Southern France before. I was never to Southern France before. But I just wasn't ready for it, I guess. I've been to Paris twice, and it's nothing like Paris. There is no English anywhere on signs. People either were refusing to speak English to me, or they just couldn't. And I think that it was maybe more people couldn't than were refusing to. Some people tried to, if I was ordering a sandwich or whatnot. But it's a very nice city. I'll say it's a beautiful city. I finally got up to the city center the day after I got there, and it's a very, very nice city. So I go to the match on Wednesday. I bought a ticket from a website for a visiting ticket, away ticket to sit with the PSG fans because I want to sit with PSG fans because not only was I wanting to cheer for PSG and Messi, because I want to wear my Messi jersey. And this dum-dum here is in the south of France by himself, wearing an Argentina Messi jersey to a PSG versus Montpellier match, completely forgetting.
Almost got stabbed.
Completely forgetting that a month and a half ago or 2 months ago, Messi and Argentina literally just beat France in the World Cup final. And I tell you what, they don't care. It's a Messi jersey at all. Luckily, I was wearing a very big coat, a very big winter coat, and I was able to zip the coat up so people wouldn't. Dude, it was freezing. It was freezing.
In South France?
Cold. Yeah, you'd expect it to be
on the Mediterranean.
Yes, no, it was very cold. It is probably like feels like 25 by the end of the match during night. And I had my big coat on, so I was able to zip it up. But yeah, someone walked up to me
35 degrees
speaking
there right now.
yeah, someone came up to me speaking French. Thought he was just making conversation with me. Little did I know that he was definitely saying bad words to me because then he proceeded to say bad words in English and basically told me, "Not in my country. You can wear it in yours." And then said some big expletives to me. And at that moment was when I realized, "Oh, what have I done?"
I would have taken the jersey off, thrown it away, and not got stabbed in France.
Nah, my coat covered it up. My plan was if Messi scored an R and ran up and started celebrating, I was sitting row one. He definitely would have seen me. I was gonna unzip it and then slap the badge and then zip it back up right away.
And then
Oscar
there would
says,
have been
Aaron.
one person running the PWCC Sunday here, as Aaron would be in a hospital in France.
Oscar goes, Aaron. We are happy you're still here with us. I think my parents are too. But yeah, so now to update, it does say a 504 error. Request not satisfied.
All right. Well,
And
since we can't see cards there, what can you tell me about Wesley Snyder?
I know he played for the Netherlands, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's
When he
some
was
Dutch
38
patches, and I
out of
think he
5.
played. I think he played for Juventus.
Also, the patches are sick.
They're sick.
Oh,
No,
PWCC. We deeply
in
apologize for the inconvenience. Our team is hard at work on a solution, and we will have an update soon. Pop that up there.
there we go. I
There we
just
go.
clicked the comment. That's kind of nice. I appreciate y'all coming in and sharing with the people here. But we all have to wait and see what that update is, of course. Although with it being 9:09 p.m. Central Time right now, I'd be unless they were able to pause maybe the auction, like restart the 30-minute timer, but that seems hard to imagine that technically that would be very easy to do. Yeah, Oscar says Aaron came in clutch with the tech support. Oh, what else? What else? So yeah, so that was oh my gosh. Then after the match, so it took I actually like basically my ticket didn't work for 45 minutes, and these people aren't speaking English to me. Eventually one of the workers who I guess could look at the ticket and see a PSG logo, realized that I was in the wrong section and then I had to enter in the away section entrance. I kid you not, this away section entrance is in the middle of the woods. They literally put in the middle of the woods. I entered at the wrong area and I didn't, yeah. And then finally they got me over there. I got into the away section. But like I was sitting first row at this match and there was massive, massive netting. I'm talking like you're on the third baseline at a baseball game now type of netting. Uh, that's how different this is than the Premier League. I kind of equate it to going to a high school football game versus going to an NFL game. Um, it's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And these PSG fans, is part of me going to that was like, oh, are they like Manchester City? They spent a ton of money, built a massive lineup. They play in a league that isn't very advanced. Are they going to have that great of fan support? Like even bro, these fans were nuts. These were easily the most crazy fans I've seen so far. Brought drums, brought megaphones. You would think that this was almost like a rally. It actually kind of was. Someone got escorted by security for lighting off like a real flare. I'm not talking like a smoke flare, like a real flare, like the ones that are on the side of the road, big red bright type of thing.
Amazing.
And that was pretty nuts. And yeah, I'm just happy that I got back to London in one piece. I'll tell you that much. And then going to with Gus on Friday to Chelsea Fulham was spectacular. I know that it did end up with any goals again, but like I would say if anyone's a huge fan of a Premier League football team or even any other football team in any other league, La Liga, Bundesliga, if you have the opportunity to go see your favorite team play, it really feels like nothing that I've experienced before. Like I've been to a lot of Packers games, which is maybe why it feels different to me, is because I haven't been able to go to many Chelsea matches home. It's my third one, so like more than zero. But like I've been going to the Packer games since I was young. My first Packer game I remember was probably a similar feeling, but at this point it's like, wow, it's just so different. And like coming over here, it's spectacular. And also I got to tour the absolute waste bin of the Premier League. I was at the Emirates yesterday. Complete trash. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I was pretty blown away. That place is very
Except for those
nice.
locker rooms.
Yeah,
Dude, that
so
was
Nate,
like a 5x5 square you were in.
it's bigger than that, but at the same time, like all of the locker rooms and all the stadiums are all smaller. They're all tighter together.
I suppose they don't have as
They're-
much room in England as they do in America to
no,
waste room.
well, let me give you this too. Nor as much money circulating through the game over the last 20 years than the NFL. There's a lot more money in it now, but still, like we were talking about, some of the top players earning 10 to 15 million. I mean, we're talking per year, like we're talking like 50 million in the NFL for the top player. Um, and Max goes visiting the library. Max
Heck,
keeps like calling it a library.
Aaron Rodgers is about to make like 59 million next year. So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, Messi and Ronaldo make a lot of money, or
yeah, but
but even to have like, when you see Matt Ryan signs $30 million per year contract, like that's
yeah,
not
it's
happening.
not the same.
No. Bazooka Tom goes, "Don't worry, Nate. I would have hosted with you if Aaron was in the hospital. Well, now we know, Bazooka Tom, you're the flex if anything ever really
There
bad
we
happened."
go. And we also know who put Aaron in the hospital if Bazooka's chomping at the bit to get on one of these streams.
Aaron winds up in the hospital next Sunday night.
Yeah.
Tom hires someone. Oh, Wrexham. So did you see, Nate? We were talking about that. I think Wrexham is in the FA Cup still, and they were winning
Wait,
with
they are? I
Yeah,
thought
they were
because
winning.
they drew, they were out.
They replay it. They replay it.
Really? Did they win?
It's actually tomorrow night.
Oh,
So they tied, and that's what the replay's for now.
because they
But
played
they're
Sheffield, right?
Yeah, now they have to go on the road, I believe. So they have to go on the road now, and Sheffield, like top two club, and we talked about this even last weekend. The top two club in the championship. But that'd be cool if they can keep them moving.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah, we're at
welcome Wrexham. Welcome to Wrexham next year is going to be electric.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the time actually to watch this first season. Although
You haven't
now,
watched the first season yet? Dude.
no, I watched the first two episodes and it was good, but then I just didn't get back to it. Do you watch the whole season?
Yeah, as they came out. It's amazing.
Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, he was in the house. Ryan Reynolds was in the house, indeed. And then Saturday, I got to go down to Brighton, which was very, very cool. I'll tell you what wasn't cool was the massive train delays to get to Brighton. There's so many people, and train was delayed by
Where's
like
Brighton
35
in
minutes.
location to I guess I could just look this up.
It's straight south. Normal trains running, it's about an hour south of London. It's straight on the sea. And here's the funny thing is that their logo is the seagulls. If anyone's ever seen their crest, it's got a giant seagull in the middle of it. Not that I couldn't have really done the math, but I guess I never really thought of it. And it's like, well, why is there a seagull on it? I get into this stadium, very nice stadium. It's called the American Express Community Stadium, Nate. American Express, Ben, BHA Cards, who took me to the match, was telling me like funded the complete thing or a lot of it.
Oh wow.
And it's just funny seeing like American Express Stadium on it, out in England. But there's seagulls flying all over the top of the stadium, up on the overhangs, even flying, lower a little bit. It's like they got their crest for a reason, their mascot too. The seagull has got bright red hair. But they end up scoring a winner in the 84th, thanks to Matoma. And I gotta say, if anyone is excited about Prism 2022-2023 Premier League, Brighton is going to be one of the most expensive teams in the entire set, which sounds crazy. But they've got Matoma, who's going to have his first rookie card, Japanese prospect who's not playing extremely well for them. They've got Casado, who's going to get sold this summer, probably to Arsenal or maybe Chelsea if they go back in on him, or maybe a different big club. And he has his first Prism rookie card. And then he had the World Cup set, but first Brighton Prism rookie. And then we've got Ferguson, an 18-year-old striker from Ireland. So that should be a really interesting set. Yeah, I am not seeing any movement whatsoever here. So I can't imagine any way, shape, or form that this runs tonight. And I'm not sure what the plan is. I see a lot of people talking about in the comments, but I just gotta say, make sure you stay tuned to socials, stay tuned to emails, whatever it might be. I know they're gonna come up with a plan. What that plan is, I don't know right now.
Real quick, Tech. I did listen. Aaron didn't, so shame on Aaron
What?
for not watching.
Oh, I watched the first 2 episodes actually after Tech told me, and then I forgot.
Shame on your name.
Yeah. All right.
Here, I'm gonna test you real quick.
Yeah, test me. Go ahead.
All right. What do you know about Andres Iniesta?
Oh my gosh,
Anything?
absolute beast, bro! He's one of the best midfielders of all time. Yeah, he won the World Cup of Spain, Champions League with Barcelona and Messi. Wait, what card is it?
Just an immaculate patch out of 99.
Oh, something for
What do you know about Maxi Rodriguez?
Is he Mexico?
I mean,
Arsenal, but
Atletico Madrid.
Oh, I thought that was a red Arsenal patch. No, he's Argentinian. That's sad. I guess Mexico. I look like a dummy now. But guess what? This is the test Aaron stupid because a lot of these immaculate cards would be throwbacks too.
See, here's the thing that's happening to me is I go through all these cards and like Leonardo Bonucci, you ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Because I haven't. Luis Felipe?
Haven't heard of Luis Felipe.
Mm-hmm. Neymar Jr. Who's her? Oh wait. Have you heard of Maxi Gomez?
Yeah. I don't know much about him. I've heard his name from
so many names.
Yeah, look at you. You're getting real knowledgeable. Or trying to. Will be. Jabroni at 155. What's up, SlabStox crew? Oh,
is that the mayor?
Malik with an update here. PWCC app is working now on my phone. I can check the app. My computer still isn't loading. I can't imagine if the desktop app or site isn't working that.
They will keep going, yeah. Real Music says, what's going on here? The auction is not working currently. Here, let me test you on
yeah, come on, trivia time. Let's go.
Let me test you on something more your speed. I've got the Premier League box next to me.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit easier now.
All right.
Yeah, if you're throwing all these La Liga names.
Oh my. Gylfi Sigurdsson? Plays for Everton. Who are trash. Everton is trash.
Yeah, but is that that looks like an old jersey for them.
Heralded materials.
I appreciate Oscar thinking that the money bags are flying here, but he says Aaron wanted to spend too much money that they could not handle it. I assure you that they could handle whatever money I would be willing to spend on this platform.
Ain't that the truth? Raul Jimenez out of 20, Wolverhampton.
Yeah, he's one of the best Mexican players, and he's also one of the best Wolves players that they've had. He scored a lot of goals. I think he was injured for a bit, but that's a nice card.
Out of 20?
Yeah.
You can't really see it, but
I saw the shimmer of the
This is a sweet patch. Mateo Darmian?
That's nice. That's cool.
Some piece of crap that couldn't start today. Kevin De Bruyne. Out of 25.
That's a nice card. That's such a whack decision. Benches their captain, Gundogan, and benches De Bruyne, their best player. They were much better once he came on, but they brought him on with 30 minutes left of the match. I mean, then it's just do whatever you can.
Timo Werner still on your team?
No, we sold him back to Leipzig. It's a cool card, though. Hey, Nate, I got a question for you. So it actually derives from what Garrett's saying here. Is Dane Corn is going to be live from Burbank? My question is, Nate, is Jimbo going to be there? I know the road show is
not going to be there. Can you believe that?
was gonna say it would have been cool to do an in-person recorded episode.
Would have been amazing, but sadly,
Jimbo, bro. East Coast to West Coast, didn't want to make the trip. Oh, real music, that stinks, man. He says he might not see you at Burbank anymore. He fractured his knee and shin motorcycle accident. I'm definitely trying to see how I feel when the time comes. Oh, man, first of all, we hope you're feeling okay. We hope you feel better. I don't want to say I'm glad that that's all it is, but I'm glad it's all it is. I mean, that stuff can get scary fast. So
it's true, especially
I hope,
motorcycle accidents.
yeah, I hope you recover very well. And we're happy you're here tonight. I know it's not as up to speed as normal with the auction, but happy you're here hanging out with the crew. Pep was trying to be creative today, more like dude, like I don't understand that at all. That's like the Packers going out against even like the Bears or something like that. No, not maybe not the Bears, maybe something better than that. But like in like being like, yeah, let's just not play Aaron Jones and Christian Watson. Let's let Aaron Rodgers go out there actually with straight garbage and see what happens. Although maybe we did that anyways this year. Camus creation or yeah.
Speaking of Brighton, some dude named Adam Webster.
Yeah, Adam Webster is one of their best players, but he's injured right now. But like club wise, like he's been there for a while. That's actually one of Ben's like biggest collection players.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. I love those Canvas creation autos. Everyone's like, but why does Nate have these cards? These are very random pickups. So Nate got a massive box of cards in from Jimbo and Roadshow cards, and we're going to be having some fun times with these things and whatnot. A bunch of random cards. And yeah, they were chanting Harry Kaney's one of our own. By the way, I need to do some googling on this. So don't hold this against me. Don't think I'm an idiot. But the top, and I saw Harry Kane tweet this too.
Oh,
the Tottenham fans. What?
You go, and then I'll show you this.
Yeah,
well,
yeah. I was trying to.
You go.
the Tottenham fans chanting "one season wonder" or whatever they're chanting. I think it's like "one season wonder." Was there a joke that like someone called him, like a pundit called him like a one season wonder or something like that, and then he basically now has became the all-time leading scorer for Tottenham? Because even Kane tweeted that himself yesterday after the game in quotes. So like making fun of it, I take it. All right, what do you got, Nate? Yeah, this still is not.
Wait, I gotta find that. Where'd that other Raul Jimenez go? I don't know what happened to it, but instead of the out of 20, the out of 5. Look at that, out of 5, somewhere in there.
Wait, Dan, are you telling me that the Tottenham fan? That's cool, Nate. Sorry to overlook that, but
wow.
Are you telling me that the Tottenham fans were calling him a one season wonder because it took a while for him to break out, or was it other fans? Because if it's his own fans and they're still chanting, I'd be like Homer Simpson going back into a bush if I was that wrong. Yeah, Nate, this is my thing. Kyrie Irving paired with Kevin Durant seemed very smart because Kevin Durant is one of the most efficient basketball players we've seen for his play style. Yep. Kyrie Irving paired with Luka Doncic
feels like a lot of one-on-one, let them cook individually, whichever time is down the floor, and not a lot of passing.
Yeah,
it does. It's probably not going to look very good. There's probably going to be games where they both put up like 45 points, and it's like, holy crap, this is amazing. And then there's going to be games where they're very inefficient, and they put up like 20-something each because they just can't get going, and it looks terrible.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same thing.
What do you know about Luke Ayling, Leeds United? Probably not in the team anymore.
No, I think he is. He's definitely still on the team. I don't think he's anything. He's a defender. He's a center back, I think. Right back. Jordan says, Nate, I'm happy to fill in for content if you need in Burbank. Jordan, you're definitely gonna maybe have to talk with Nate about some things, Nate. You can probably chat with Jordan about all the cool cards you're finding and not stuff that you're laughing about. Happy Sunday, Andrew. Happy Sunday, Andrew. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well, my man. I gave Andrew a FaceTime call today from when I was at the Emirates. Nate, I think, was probably sleeping at that point for sure. But I gave Andrew a call and showed him the outside of the stadium. He was quite excited, to say the least.
Ayo.
The city squad, aside from Holland, doesn't seem very world class. Well, I would argue that they've got one of the deepest squads that just is not doing well right now. Oh, I mean, once you lose Joao Cancelo, though, it's not as good as it was. I don't understand that really. I think that they're trying to rely on Rico Lewis, but Rico Lewis is like 19 years old, and I gotta say, he's pretty tiny to be a right back. Well, how big is 1.69 meters? He's 5'5". Rico Lewis is 5'5" and plays right back.
Must be fast.
He didn't look that good yesterday. Rodri was terrible. There's some more questions coming up. So PWCC is down right now. Will they do extended bidding? I know we're trying to hang out and see what happens here. Mostly because if there is a chance it goes back up, we obviously want to be live for it. But I am doubting that anything will be run tonight, especially given that we're getting a 504 air. And it's not just like something slower.
We're 2 minutes away from
like the second round starting. Wesley's got some jokes tonight for us. If anyone else has jokes, I mean, feel free. But guess the giveaway will have to be a trip to the World Series now.
If only.
Also, bro, watch this. I understand that you don't have to be tall to play right back, but also watching and seeing like 5'5", I know it's kind of like
Aaron sounds like a heightus to me.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, it's probably not the first time I've said something to you about it, but I get it. I know Lissandro Martinez is very good and small. Thiago Silva isn't even that tall, but Thiago Silva is one of the best of all time. It just is like watching live in person. I guess it's like shocking seeing how big some of these players are versus how small some of the others are. Also, a player who is vastly different in height. Nate, you know Julian Alvarez from Manchester City in Argentina won the World Cup?
Mm-hmm. One of the top rookies from Prism World Cup this year?
Yes. He is so short compared to Holland. Now, I understand a lot of people are short compared to Holland, especially in the soccer world.
Holland, besides Tosin, is like the tallest soccer player in the world.
Okay, yeah, I agree. But it's just like it's just wild seeing.
So Tosin is 6'5". Is there a single soccer player that's 6'6"?
Yeah, there is. There's I think who did I just Lewis Dunk for Brighton has got to be pretty close. That he was mammoth when I saw him. 1.92 meters. Oh, he's 6'3". It's not as tall as Tosin. Let's see your tallest soccer players in the Premier League.
How's Ronaldo? 6'2".
Well, the keepers. First of all, a lot of the keepers are pretty.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
There's this guy that Kyle Hudlin. I guess he played for City for a bit. He's on AFC Wimbledon now, though. So
Wout Weghorst is 6'6".
Yeah, Wout Weghorst. That's the guy. Yeah, he's really tall. He's the tallest I've seen, I think, live. Peter Crouch. This reminds me of Barty Crouch from Harry Potter. Junior. So this guy is 2.06 meters. That's 6'7.5", Nate. What position does he play? 6'7.5". He's a striker. Imagine like a 6'8" striker, bro. Imagine like that's like LeBron James running down you from the middle.
That'd be
of the
like
pitch.
having like a 6'8" shortstop. O'Neal Cruz.
This is a confusing comment. Jabroni says, hopefully just one of Rogers Jordy flawless dual patch rookie or dual patch Ruby on PWCC. Can anyone else see the auction, or is Jabroni just maybe that was the joke?
Hoping that it's 7:30.
Yeah.
We can probably, without hearing anything, confirm that if you were winning something before this point, you have not actually won it.
Yeah, that I think that's a safe bet to say.
Yeah.
Also from the seller end, if you did have a card selling tonight, that this would not be
you're not selling it for an absurd low.
Yeah, that would not be sold.
Know anything about Paul Scholes?
Yeah, Paul Scholes was one of the best midfielders of all time. He played for United English. Oh, that's a good card. That's a good card. Inception auto 49.
Put it
Did you
on
just
my
drop
send
it?
to Aaron pile.
Oh, you just dropped it. I'm like digging corners. Add it live again.
That was allowed because I put it on the Gareth Bale silver ounce 4 out of 4.
You're still mad about that. It's coming to me instead.
Yeah, I am. Gareth Bale's my boy.
Yeah, well, you
Did
like
you
golf
see
a
him in the
lot.
Pro-Am this
Yeah,
weekend?
yeah. Do you see Rogers won the Pro-Am?
Yeah, I did. Can't win in the football, but he can win a Pro-Am. Maybe he should retire and go to golf.
My mom's like, good. Now he can go retire and golf. They did have Iniesta in there. Nate, if you have Iniesta, if you have Busquets, if you have, obviously,
Un minuto, por favor.
Un minuto, por favor. Carlos, not Carlos. Maybe his first name doesn't seem. Puyol was a defender.
Rodrigo, was he on it?
Rodrigo?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I have John Brooks. You know anything about John Brooks? USA.
John Brooks, yeah, he was on the team and then he didn't make the team this last time.
Yeah.
Jacob says, have you guys heard anything from them? Sorry, just joined, heard from my rep. It's site down and all hands on deck. Not sure if would resume tonight or tomorrow. I can't see it resume tonight. Too many people, I'm sure, have went on with their nights instead. And tomorrow, I don't think that they're set up to have an auction on Monday night. From the last thing I knew, could be different now. They could flex it into tomorrow night, but I don't think that's going to be the case either. It's most likely a reschedule, as TB Incognito pointed out, a reschedule to end 2 weeks out. I'm sure that they'll give option for cards to end next week for the Mahomes and Hurts and stuff like that, or at least I assume so. Can't say for sure. I don't make the decisions, but like a flash auction type of thing. And the all access bidding was supposed to start tonight, not next week, which I imagine that this could have been tied to that.
Yeah. Jose Gaia, did he play in 2010?
I that's a name that I'm not familiar with. I doubt it.
He looks a little bit too young to have played 13 years ago, actually.
He's 27 years old, though. I mean, Nate, what you're looking for is you're looking for most likely immaculate and obsidian cards with kits that look different than what they look like now. I know you might not be able to tell the difference, but the images are going to have to look a little bit lower.
Yes, usually I can tell somewhat.
We're just looking at the roster at this point.
Alcacer?
No.
I'm just grabbing any Spanish guy I see.
Yeah, I should know more. I can't. I don't know. I didn't say Gerard Piqué or Casillas.
Oh wait, I did see some. I did see a PK at some point.
Carlos Puyol, David Villa. Oh, Xavi. Nate, there's Xavi in there, right?
There was a Xavi somewhere.
Fernando Torres too, and Fabregas. Yeah, my guys, it's 3 a.m. here. Forgive me. Xavi Alonso, Sergio Ramos, all these names I know for sure.
Well, to be fair, I don't think there's a ton of.
That would be the. Was there any Fabregas? He is a Chelsea player.
I don't remember.
And actually Arsenal too.
Diego Costa?
Diego Costa? He's not.
It's one of the worst Spain cards we got, anyways. So.
I mean, no, he was good. Like he was good in the Premier League. I don't think he is on this roster. Yeah, no. All right.
Casarola? I feel like maybe Casarola has a chance. Ton of Italian cards, so.
Actually, I didn't even think about this, Nate. So tonight's obviously not happening, and I'll update with something I have here in a second. But given the all access bidding and extended bidding, anyone in the chat will be able to bid on the cards that we're guessing to end at the end.
Oh, well, that makes life insanely more difficult for you?
For anyone, I guess. I don't know.
No,
It's
for
just,
you, because I feel like people would definitely just vote to see you lose, whereas they would vote to see me win.
they gotta vote with their money though. They're not just voting with their internet yes or Nate or Aaron votes.
That's fair.
Um,
Oh man, you remember this
all
guy?
right, so I've got some updates. Who do we have? Is that
Ronaldo
Renato
Sanchez.
Sanchez? Yeah, I actually saw him play live, Nate. He plays for PSG now.
You remember? Do you know why I know that guy?
Yes, because he pulled the auto of him instead of Ronaldo.
Had a 1 in 2 chance of the Ronaldo auto, and instead I got the Sanchez auto. It's a tough scene.
Is that it? I didn't know for sure.
That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Jordan, I believe it has to do with the technology. And how they're scheduled to end and everything like that. But I cannot say for sure. I'm not a tech guy. I also don't work in the tech support for PWCC. But
You don't?
I do want to. No, I don't. I know, contrary to popular belief. Nate, your hands are making quite a bit of noise here right now. Who, me? No. Oh yeah, that's great. That wasn't that loud actually. All right, update is won't close tonight, and that stay tuned to emails and socials for updates. So DJ, that kind of was the birth of a new show. Not that I'm going to call it this, but quadruple S, shooting the poop with SlabStox is what I'll say. I hope everyone had a decent time hanging out with us tonight. About an hour. This is almost like basically a Monday live, but
It's
for
just
fun.
Monday live.
Yeah. So yeah, update is that auction's not closing tonight as expected. It still says 504 error on my computer, and most likely situations the items get placed into the next auctions and everything like that, depending on if you want to flash it into next Sundays or sell it in 2 weeks from now. I would say if you had stuff selling, definitely contact your PWCC sales rep and stuff. Like they'll have much more answers than I'll have. That's the other thing. But as for our programming, which I can't speak to, is that there will be another auction closing next week, Sunday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern time. It will be during the or right after the Super Bowl ends, pretty much. Like extended bidding will start probably like with 2 minutes left in the game or something like that. But last year when we did it, there was like a mad wave of people that joined when the game ended. I remember it was like, I thought it was going to be like 20 people there. There's a ton of people there last year. And I think with now the all access bidding, it actually helps quite a bit too, Nate, with the Super Bowl stream, because it's like, okay, it's like extended bidding has started and everyone, the game's done. Whoever wants to bid obviously can.
Unless the game will be close to being done, I suppose, but
it's pretty much done once I would say.
Yeah, once the extended bidding starts.
Yeah, once extended bidding starts, it's pretty much done. All right, everyone, that's what we have for now. I'll be back home tomorrow night. I think tomorrow night's Monday Night Live we're gonna schedule over 7 p.m. Eastern time. I should be home by then. But excited about that as well. We'll have a good debate tomorrow night. A little previews in the Daily Slab tomorrow morning. In case you want to go look, I made quite the comment on one of our Instagram posts this weekend. So everyone will have to come and find out what that is unless you have an Instagram account. Hope everyone has a good time. Yes, Max, time to get some sleep. Same with me. Got to get up at 7 to get to the airport. So appreciate you all for being here, hanging out, having some chats. Means a lot, even with the auction not ending. And we'll talk to you all tomorrow night in SlabStox Live, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
See you guys.